This is High Priestess Sister Arcola Sojat of the New Sojat Healing Community and the spiritual doula of the underworld. You are watching Colography TV. Happy Friday, everyone. TGIF. Even though most of us had a short week, there has been some really heavy energy. And for those of you who are sensitive to energy, I know you have felt this shift. Sometimes it feels a bit like dissociation for some people and brain fog for others. But let's get into this bill. I started with a Tom and Jerry Duality short last night, also speaking about the frequency shift. And we're living in a time right now where the pressure is heavy, where every step feels like it's pulling us in two different directions. And that's the nature of duality, the constant tug of war between light and shadow, chaos and order. And I know that as we are becoming more and more enlightened and people are breaking out of old structures that no longer serve them, the pressure is on. Some of our own inner conflicts from social conditioning and things that we were expected to do, are expected to do in a world that no longer serves us. So what inspired this build is the struggle, or that struggle, not just to survive the pull, but to find a way to integrate polarity, to balance what seems impossible to balance. Because in this frequency shift, we are all moving through. Balance isn't optional, it's a doorway. And that's the constant push and pull within ourselves. Now, I remember looking at Tom and Jerry as a child, and everybody knows, most people know Tom and Jerry, especially in the baby boomer, Gen X, and even the silent generation. And some of the, younger ones, I know they know Tom and Jerry as well, with Cartoon Network and things. But it looks like just a simple cat and mouse game, a comedy, humorous cartoon. But if you look deeper, those old cartoons were coated with lessons, not just Tom and Jerry either. But Tom and Jerry was created back in the 1940s, or in 1940, by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera for MGM Studios. Tom and Jerry wasn't just chaos. Hanna was the animator, Barbera the storyteller, and they were masters at slipping in archetypes under the humor. And that's why they weren't just making us laugh, they were showing us the human condition. Think about those episodes where suddenly Tom has a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other. That's not random. And that's not just a gag or entertainment. That's duality. And that's the ancient conflict inside every human being. The shadow self pulling one way, the higher self pulling the other. Tom, impulsive and aggressive, is temptation. The shadow, the devil's whisper. Jerry, clever and resourceful, often plays conscious, survival, restraint, and wisdom. So one is the temptation, which is the cat, and then we have the conscious, which is Jerry. And that's one way of looking at it. There's several ways and lessons that can be multi-layered in this story. When the angel and devil image appears, it's the cartoon spelling out what's happening inside of us, the fight between impulse and discipline. Now, why would they put that in a kid's cartoon? Because cartoons and movies are teaching tools in disguise, for good or bad, all in what you do with the information and the level of your awareness. But they drop truth bombs wrapped in comedy, and they train the subconscious. While you're laughing, you're being shown the real battle of life. Every choice is a tug of war between higher calling and lower desire. We were learning master classes through cartoons about duality, but we didn't have the awareness. And here's the thing. Right now, during this frequency shift, that pull is greater than ever. The devil side isn't just whispering, it's loud, it's seductive, offering quick fixes and instant escapes. The angel side isn't just soft, it's firm. It's calling for discipline, patience, sacrifice, but it demands more of us. That's why people feel torn, restless, and even unstable, because the volume of duality has been turned way up. We're living in times where being on demon time is considered a cool thing, a trendy thing. So how do we fight the good fight? We must put these keys and our tools in order. Put on that full armor suit. Discernment is your weapon. Separate the grain from the chaff. Ask what's real, what's false. Stillness is your shield. Take time to meditate. Pause. Don't react like Tom. Breathe. Act from clarity. Structure anchors you. We're going into Saturnian energy now. Ritual, timing, boundaries. These are how you hold your center when the pull gets violent. Sovereignty is the goal. The cartoon characters get played. You don't have to. And you can also connect with others who are also in this battle that may be more disciplined than you are, or you guys can actually keep each other in line, people that you trust. So yes, Tom and Jerry is funny, but it is also prophecy. They were showing us even back then, the same fight we are all in now, the angel and the devil at your shoulders, the cartoon chaos inside your soul. And in this frequency shift, you don't get to sit neutral. Every choice tips the scale. The question is, who are you listening to? Who's guiding your hand? Because the pull is stronger now. And so is the purpose behind it. You know, all of this stuff is calculated. We have to be stronger. And while our respective communities could help us to stay in order or in balance, many times they themselves are acting from ego and looking and pointing out other people's shortcomings and flaws without balancing their own. So the most important morality that you can really follow is your own internal compass. Just remember that angel on one side and that devil on the other, just like Tom and Jerry. Something simple but practical that you can look to every day. And no, it's not like that temptation is going to leave. It's a part of our nature. But it's up to us to be able to recognize and have the awareness, even if you got to reflect back on the Tom and Jerry thing, just as an internal reminder. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this build. And if you did, give me a like. And you guys make sure you stay tuned because I'm definitely coming back with more. Peace.